Hey everyone, and welcome back to Clarity English Studio. I'm Anna.
And I'm Mike, and oh my goodness, today's episode is one I have personally been so excited to record.
Because today we're tackling something that sounds so simple on the surface, but is actually one of the biggest secrets to sounding natural and fluent in English.
We're talking about those little response phrases, the things you say when someone explains something to you or shares news with you or tells you a story.
And right now, if someone asks most English learners what they say in those moments, the answer is almost always the same two words.
I understand.
Which is perfectly correct. There's nothing wrong with it. But here's the thing. Native English speakers almost never say, I understand in casual conversation.
Almost never. And when you only use I understand in every single situation, you start to sound a little robotic, a little textbookish.
And we do not want that for you. We want you to sound warm, natural, real, like someone who has been speaking English their whole life.
So today, we are giving you 15 amazing alternatives with real examples, real contexts, and real conversations.
By the end of this episode, your responses are going to feel so much more alive and so much more confident.
Let's get into it. Okay, Anna, before we jump into the phrases, I want to spend just a moment on the why, because some listeners might be thinking, it's just 2 words. Does it really matter that much?
It matters so much more than people realize, and here is a simple way to think about it.
Imagine you are having a conversation with someone, and every single time you speak, they respond with the exact same phrase, every time.
It starts to feel a little strange, right? A little disconnected, like maybe they aren't really listening, just waiting to say their one phrase.
Exactly. In real conversation, the way we respond shows the other person how we feel about what they just said.
Are we surprised? Are we sympathetic? Are we excited? Are we relieved? Our response phrase carries all of that emotional information. Right. Is the sound of an active listener. And active listeners are the best conversation partners.
Use it generously. Okay, category 2. These phrases go a little deeper. They show not just that you understood the words, but that you understood the meaning, the feeling, or the logic behind what was said.
These are the phrases that make people feel truly heard. And feeling heard is one of the most powerful things in any conversation.
Phrase number 5. That makes total sense.
This is like the upgraded, more emphatic version of makes sense. Adding total gives it warmth and energy.
It is great for situations where someone has just explained their reasoning or a decision they made.
Context. Your roommate says, I decided to quit that evening class. It was too exhausting after a full day of work, and I wasn't retaining anything anyway.
And you say, honestly, that makes total sense. There's no point pushing yourself like that.
And suddenly, your roommate feels understood, supported, validated.
That is the power of choosing the right response phrase. It's not just about grammar, it's about human connection.
Beautifully said. Phrase number 6. I know exactly what you mean.
This is such a warm one. It creates an instant sense of shared experience between you and the speaker.
It says, not only did I understand you, I have felt this too. We are on the same page.
Context. Your friend says, I hate it when you're in the middle of explaining something important and the other person is just looking at their phone.
And you say, oh, I know exactly what you mean. It is so disrespectful.
Instant connection. Instant bond. 2 people who understand each other.
This phrase is especially powerful in empathetic conversations, when someone is frustrated or tired or feeling misunderstood.
Phrase number 7. I follow you.
This one is slightly more formal than got it, but still very natural. It works really well when someone has been explaining something a little complex or detailed.
It reassures the speaker that you have kept up with their explanation, even if it was long or complicated.
Context. Your teacher or trainer says, so first we apply the formula, then we substitute the variables, and then we simplify the left side of the equation.
And you say, yes, I follow you. And then do we move the constant to the other side?
It shows comprehension and invites continuation. It keeps the dialogue going beautifully.
Phrase number 8. Ah, now I get it.
Oh, this one is so satisfying to say and to hear.
It captures that light bulb moment, that specific second when confusion becomes clarity, and it is very, very natural in English.
Get it in this context means understand it. So now I get it means now I understand. The confusion is gone.
Context. Someone has been trying to explain a joke to you that you didn't understand the first time, and then they explain the wordplay behind it.
And suddenly, now I get it. That is actually really clever.
Explaining jokes, the most dangerous sport in the English language.
Truly, but now I get it saves the day every time. Okay, category 3, and this one is close to my heart. These are phrases you use when someone is sharing something emotional, something personal, something that requires not just intellectual understanding, but emotional understanding.
Because sometimes I understand in an emotional conversation can actually feel a little cold, a little clinical.
And what the other person really needs in those moments is to feel that you genuinely empathize, not just that you processed their words.
Phrase number 9, I can imagine.
This is a beautiful, gentle phrase for situations where someone is describing a difficult experience, something you may not have personally been through, but you can picture.
It shows compassion without being fake. You're not saying, I've been there, if you haven't. You're saying, I can picture how that must have felt.
Context. Your friend says, moving to a new country alone was so hard. I didn't know anyone, and I couldn't even read the signs in the supermarket.
And you say, oh, I can imagine. That must have been so overwhelming at first.
Warm, real, human, no textbook English in sight.
Phrase number 10. That must have been really tough.
This is one of the most empathetic responses in the English language. It acknowledges the difficulty of someone's experience directly.
And it works in so many situations. Work stress, family challenges, health issues, disappointments.
Context. Your colleague says, I worked on that project for 3 months, and then the client canceled the whole thing at the last minute.
And you say, oh, wow, that must have been really tough. I'm so sorry. And suddenly, your colleague doesn't feel alone in their frustration anymore. They feel seen.
That is what great English conversation does. It connects people.
Phrase number 11. I hear you.
Now, this one is fascinating because it's not literal at all. You're not saying, my ears detected your sound waves. That would be a very strange response.
I hear you means I truly understand what you were saying and I acknowledge your feelings. It's deeply validating.
It's especially powerful when someone is expressing frustration or sharing a strong opinion.
Context. Your friend vents, I'm so tired of always being the one who has to organize everything. Nobody ever steps up.
And you say, I hear you. It's exhausting being the only responsible one in the group.
And suddenly, your friend feels completely validated, completely understood.
I hear you. 3 small words with enormous emotional weight.
Use them wisely, and use them often. Okay, now let's step into the workplace for a moment, because the way you respond in a professional setting is a little different from how you respond with friends.
In professional English, you want to sound competent, attentive, and clear, and there are 2 phrases that do this perfectly.
Phrase number 12, understood.
Simple, clean, crisp, professional. This is the one-word power response for workplace situations.
Notice it is slightly different from I understand. Understood is more final, more decisive. It signals that you have fully received the information and you are ready to act on it.
Context. Your manager says, I need the report on my desk by Thursday morning, and please make sure the data section is fully updated.
And you say, understood. I'll have it ready by Wednesday evening.
Confident, professional, impressive.
Phrase number 13, noted.
Oh, noted is so useful in professional settings. It means I have registered this information and I will keep it in mind.
It is especially common in emails and in situations where instructions or feedback are being given.
Context. Your supervisor says in a meeting, going forward, please copy the whole team on any client emails.
And you say, noted. I'll make sure to do that from now on.
Clear, professional, no fuss. Exactly the right response in a business environment.
And here's a pro tip. You can combine these for extra polish. Noted and understood. That is a very strong professional response.
Write that one down. Noted and understood. It sounds incredibly competent. Okay, our final category, and these might be my absolute favorites. Phrases that show understanding and keep the conversation flowing forward at the same time.
Because great conversation is not just about responding, it's about building, taking what someone said and adding to it, extending it, deepening it.
Phrase number 14. Oh, so what you're saying is...
This is a fantastic phrase because it does something very clever. It shows understanding by paraphrasing. You restate what the other person said in your own words.
And this is incredibly valued in English conversation. It shows the speaker that you did not just hear them, you processed their message deeply enough to restate it.
Context. A friend explains, I don't really like big social gatherings. I prefer spending time with one or two close friends rather than a big group.
And you say, oh, so what you're saying is you're more of an introvert? You recharge better in smaller settings.
And now the conversation gets richer. The friend can say, yes, exactly, or, well, not entirely. It's more like, and you are off into a beautiful, deep conversation.
That one phrase opened a door.
Phrase number 15. That explains it.
Oh, this one is so satisfying and so natural. You use it when new information suddenly makes something that was previously confusing become clear.
It is that aha moment phrase. Something that was puzzling you has now been solved, and this phrase expresses that relief in realization perfectly.
Context. You noticed your friend seemed quiet and distant all week, and then they tell you, yeah, I've been having some family issues this week. It has been a lot to deal with.
And you say, oh, that explains it. I was worried about you. I'm glad you told me. Is there anything I can do?
It acknowledges that you had noticed something. It shows you care enough to have been paying attention.
And it opens the door for a supportive, meaningful conversation.
That explains it. Simple, natural, and genuinely connecting.
What a beautiful 15 phrases we have covered today.
Okay, before we wrap up, I want to do one big role play where we use as many of these as naturally as possible in a single flowing conversation. Ready, Mike?
Absolutely ready. Let's show our listeners what it looks like when all these phrases come together.
I'll be telling a story about my week, and Mike, you respond naturally using our new phrases.
Perfect. Go ahead.
So, you know how I've been taking that evening photography class? Well, this week, the instructor completely changed the schedule without telling anyone.
Oh, right. Go on.
So I show up at the usual time, and the room is dark, and there's a note on the door saying the class moved to Saturday mornings.
That explains it. I saw you looking confused when I texted you Tuesday evening and you didn't reply.
Exactly. I was standing in an empty hallway trying to figure out what was going on. I was so frustrated.
I can imagine. That is such an annoying thing to happen, especially after a long day.
And the worst part, I had already arranged for my neighbor to watch my dog, and I had rushed through dinner just to get there on time.
Oh, that must have been really tough. All that effort for nothing.
I know. Anyway, I emailed the instructor and explained the situation, and she apologized and said she had sent a notice, but it went to my spam folder.
Ah, now I get it. So the message was sent, just not received properly.
Exactly. So what you're saying is, technically, it wasn't entirely her fault?
Well, I hear you, and your frustration is totally valid. But yeah, technically the spam folder thing is a bit of a gray area.
Fair enough. Anyway, the Saturday morning class actually works out better for me, so silver lining.
Makes total sense. Saturday mornings are so much more relaxed than Tuesday evenings after work.
Exactly. Noted and understood. Saturday it is.
And there you have it, a completely natural conversation. And we use 10 of our 15 phrases without it feeling forced or rehearsed at all.
That is the goal. These phrases should feel like breathing, natural, automatic, just part of how you speak.
And the only way to get there is to practice them, use them, try them, make them yours.
Okay, let's do a super quick lightning recap of all 15 phrases before we say goodbye.
Ready? Let's go fast.
1. Got it.
2. I see.
3. Makes sense.
4. Right.
5. That makes total sense.
6. I know exactly what you mean.
7. I follow you.
8. Ah, now I get it.
9. I can imagine.
10. That must have been really tough.
11. I hear you.
12. Understood.
13. Noted.
14. Oh, so what you're saying is...
And 15. That explains it.
15 phrases, 15 ways to show the world that you are a confident, natural, warm English speaker.
Print that list, save it on your phone, stick it on your wall, and start using these today.
All right, amazing listeners, before we go, it is challenge time, and this one is so fun.
Here is your challenge for this week. Go to the comments section below and write a short 2 or 3 line mini conversation using at least 2 of today's 15 phrases.
It can be completely made up. Like, my friend said she was moving to Canada. I said, that must have been a big decision. She said, yes. I said, I hear you. Change is scary but exciting.
Something like that. Simple, creative, and great practice.
We will be reading every single comment, and we would love to see how creatively you use these phrases.
And if you found today's episode useful, please share it. Share it with a friend, a classmate, a colleague who is working on their English.
You never know who needs to hear exactly this today. Your share could change someone's entire confidence in speaking English.
And if you have not already subscribed to Clarity English Studio, please do it right now. Every week we bring you practical, real, encouraging English content just like this.
Hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and become part of our wonderful growing community of English learners from all around the world.
You all make this so worth doing every single week.
Anna, shall we say goodbye?
Let's do it. To every listener out there, you are not just learning English. You are learning to connect with the world in a richer, deeper, more beautiful way. And that is something to be incredibly proud of.
Keep practicing. Keep showing up. Keep choosing the brave option of speaking, even when it feels hard. Because every conversation, every phrase, every tiny effort is building something remarkable inside you.
This is Anna.
And this is Mike.
From Clarity English Studio. Keep speaking, keep growing, and we will see you in the next episode.